Petanque show with me, David Plumoff. Today, I am delighted to welcome one of Germany's most talented players. Sascha Koch has represented his country numerous times on the international stage, and today I'm delighted to welcome him to the show. So without further ado, hello, Sascha.
Hello, David. Thanks that I can be a part of your podcast.
No problem. I'm really happy to have you here. How has it been with 2020? How has the coronavirus affected you?
Yeah, it started hard with COVID, no tournaments, and then a friend started Corona shooting on Facebook. And I shoot every shooting in Germany and some in French, and then they come bigger and bigger everything with the tournaments in French and the big one in Spain. We shoot together in the final.
Yeah, fantastic. No, those
great.
Those tournaments are those online tournaments were fantastic, just to get people to connect and play together more.
Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant. They were brilliant. Okay, let's begin today's show then. Let's talk about you, how you got involved in playing the sport. So when did you start playing, and how did you begin to play?
I started 1996. The World Championships were at Germany, and my father played since 1989. So we want to watch the World Championships, and there before I started a little bit to play. And I play there before the hall, and for the press, one a little game with Kente against Duchot and Little Tech. So it was for me, okay, my heart still, I'm a petanque player. I will play it, and
How old were you?
13.
13. Oh wow!
Yes.
So you're a teenager. Were there like a junior program in Germany then? Could you
Nothing like this. No, but I'm a lucky man. In a town where I live, there were a good player. He plays for Germany the World Championship 1995 and 6. So he teach me a lot.
Oh, fantastic!
He trained 3 or 4 times a week with me. So that was very lucky.
Oh wow! So you really did play a lot of petanque when you first got into it.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of petanque. That's something I think in England that we don't do enough. We don't play a lot of the time. Even at juniors, we don't play like every day, or we don't get so into it like obviously you did, playing 4 or 5 times a week. We just don't do that over here. So do you remember the first like tournament you played in?
Yes, it's a small little tournament in my hometown. It's about 20 or 30 teams, and I lost every game. But no game to 0, so it was okay.
Yeah, it didn't.
And after that, I say, okay, I must train. I come from another sport. So for me, it was easy to train, because in football you train every day. So for me, I play bull, I train every day. And after 2 or 3 months, I win a big tournament in Germany at the seniors.
Oh wow!
With 13 years, yes.
So you got better and better very quickly.
Yes, but I train 4 or 5 hours every day.
Oh wow! So I know. That takes some commitment, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, you train a lot, and you are young. You still get every day better.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. So in Germany, when you were younger, in your teens, growing up, is there like junior teams then? I know you said there was no like junior program, but did you play with other juniors, or did you just play with the adults?
I only play with the adults. We have at this time only the German Championship at the juniors, and it's about we were 12 or 13 teams, so there were nothing.
Yeah, it's very, very similar to England. Very, very similar. Is moving forward then, so when did you first play in a national event? When did you first play in a national event?
With a national team, or
do you have? Oh, I should have probably asked this question. So in Germany, is the pro in England? We have a national title, so you can be the triples champion, the English triples champion, the English doubles champion. Do you have that in Germany?
Yes, of course. I played the singles 1997 with 14 years.
And
adults.
Yeah, did you do really well? At what point did you start to win those events?
Late, because I win every tournament with 17, 18, but at the championships, the German, I play not my best game when I come into the quarterfinals.
Okay.
I play the triple, the double, and the singles quarterfinal every time I lost. And then with 22, I win the first title in Germany.
So it took you about 9 years to you were already becoming a better player, but to get over that hurdle of pressure as well as the mental side of the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's something that I think the French work on a lot, is dealing with pressure and the mental side of petanque. I know in England we struggle with pressure. We have ability, but getting over that line when it comes to the big matches is something that we do struggle with. And I think what you're talking about there is when you turn 22, you obviously hit that moment where you were like, you know what, the pressure doesn't mean anything to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the same in Germany. You not often play against players like Dylan or Bruno Le Bosico, Kente Zuchot, and it's hard to play one game only in 1 year against players like this.
Yeah.
So when you're not mental fit, you struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. And in Germany, is there tournaments is it every weekend or every day? Is it a big sport in Germany?
It's not a big sport. We have 15,000 license.
Do you know how many England have?
But we have no sponsors.
No sponsors.
Yeah, well, it's hard to find for a club with like my club in my town. We have 8 national players, from juniors to every woman, espoir, every squad we have there, and we found one sponsor who paid for the tricots €1,000.
Oh,
so
really?
it's very hard to find.
Yeah. But 15,000 members is a good amount of members for a sport that's very small, isn't it? I mean, in England we only have 2,500, so you're already over 5 times bigger than us.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not small, but for Germany, when you look at football, tennis, and it's little, and we get no time in TV.
No. Do you So what is the structure in Germany in terms of finding the international teams?
We have squads. Yep. So the coaches choose players the whole year, and maybe 3 months or 4 months before the championships, they had 8 players, and then they choose 4 of them.
Okay. So do you have ranking type? Do you have ranking points or anything like that?
Yeah, but the ranking points don't say you're the best. They say you travel a lot.
Oh, okay. I get you. Yeah. So you have a lot of ranking events, and if you go to a lot, you get more points, basically.
Absolutely. One of the North, he was in the top 10, but he said, okay, I drive more than 10,000 kilometers a year only for the points for the rank for this. So it's not normal.
So how do they select them? What do they base it off? Do you know?
Yeah, they look a lot at the big tournaments, the coaches, And
So
yeah,
what will they be? Will the coaches be at the event and have like notes and look
yes,
at the
they are
players?
at the event and they look live there. Oh, there's a good player. We make it that he plays with another player from the squad, and we look if it's yeah
So,
they
but
match or they
yeah,
don't match.
no, I get you. But how do you get into the squad then? Who decides how you get into the squad? Who picks the 8 players?
The coach, the
And
national coach.
and is he? Is he like? How can I put it? Is he watching everyone's games then over the whole year?
Not every game, but a lot.
So do you think it's fair?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you think it's a fair way of doing it? Do you think there's any bias, as in
Yeah,
your favourites sort of thing?
not really. It's every time you change the teams year for year. That's maybe not the best way when you look at the Belge.
Yeah,
Yeah, every time player 2 or 3 players the last 20 years, so they are a unit.
yeah. No, that's so. In England, we have like a ranking event. So we have 6 tournaments, and the top 6 players then go into the squad, and then from that squad, the coach will pick the 4 players to go to a championships.
Okay.
And that's so everything is done on results basically. So it's not necessarily on performance, although you have to play well to win, but it's done on if you win tournament. So the most points, top 6 go through. What do you think about that? Do you think that's a good way of doing it?
I don't think so, because maybe the 6 best players in the ranking comes from 4 different clubs, and they don't play often together.
Yeah.
So after the selection of 6, maybe you play with 3 guys. The championship you played 1 or 2 times before.
Yeah. No, that is an argument that we do have.
That's not so good, I think.
So you believe that it's good to have togetherness, like playing with the same people?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so how were you doing in before lockdown? Or I don't know if you had a lockdown in Germany, but in England we had a lockdown in 2020. In 2019, were you part of the squad? Were you looking to go to the championships?
I was a part of the squad, but I don't play the championships because I'm new at the squad.
Okay.
I take the word.
The place?
Yeah, from 2012 till 2018, I don't play for the squad.
Oh, okay.
My children were little, and I say, okay, that's time for the family. And when they grow up, I play. So 2019, it was my first year after 6 years without the squad. So I come slowly in the squad and say, for me, it's okay. I'm in the squad, but I take time.
Yeah.
I need time to be a new part for it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I understand. I understand what you're saying. So how many times have you played for Germany then in a World or European Championships?
It's a World Championships dribble 8 times.
Wow.
The shooting 2 times. 2 times the European Championship at dribble, and 1 time European Championship shooting. And for the clubs, it's a Euro Cup 3 times.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Yeah. So what's your best achievement then in the Worlds or Euros?
At the World Championship dribble, the 5th place. At shooting, also the 5th place. 1 time we win the Nation Cup on the World Championship.
Yeah.
And on the European Championship was the 5th place also.
Okay.
At the dribble.
So
and with the clubs, 2 times 3rd place.
Oh, what in the Euro Cup?
Yes.
Oh wow. What club do you play for?
Fernheim.
Okay.
I played 2 times for Fernheim and 1 time for Munich.
Oh, okay. And who is the best club in Germany?
At the moment, I think it's Düsseldorf.
Oh, okay. They got some good players then.
Yeah, they have a lot of good players.
Oh wow! And
And
do you still play for your local club then? What club do you play for now?
now I play at third division.
Oh, okay. Do you have a national
Um,
league then, or do you have regional leagues?
we have the highest league. It's a national league,
Oh wow!
and under this there are regional leagues.
So
So
in the national league, what do you play on weekends? Do you play matches on weekends? You have to travel.
you have to play 4 days in the whole year on weekends.
Oh wow! So
It's
that's amazing.
not it's not much.
No, we have in England we have like regional leagues only. So they're just like, so if you play for the southern counties, so the southern region, you'll have your own league system in there, and it doesn't have any bearing on the national. There's nothing. It's just your own regional league. We don't have a national league, but that sounds like a really good idea. It sounds like a good thing to be part of.
Yeah, it's perfect, but because you don't need so much time because you have the other championships, the big tournaments, the tournaments in French, the World Championship or the European Championship. So the calendar is always full.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the same in England. Our calendar is always really hectic, really full. So that's something, yeah. But no, a national league, that does sound really good. So how many teams are in the national league? How many clubs?
12.
12. Oh wow, and you play each other what, once or twice or
You play one time against every club.
okay, so 11 matches.
Yes,
Okay. And
22 games.
how far do you travel?
How when you're lucky, you travel to the highest league, 20 kilometers.
Oh, okay, not too far then.
And when you're not lucky, you have to travel 600 kilometers.
Oh,
So
okay. I was waiting for that. That's a lot of traveling. And when just going back a bit, when you go to a World Championships or a European Championships, do the Germany Federation pay for everyone to go, or do you have to pay as well?
absolutely, the federation pay everything.
Everything. Oh, okay.
Everything, yes.
So how much is our membership for a German license? Is it different levels or is it just one?
It's only one level. You paid 15 euros for the license.
15, 1 5.
15, yes. And but we get from the ministerium, from the government,
Yeah.
we become money.
Oh, okay. So do you know what the budget is? Do you know that?
Maybe 250,000 euros.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. In England, we have about £50,000, 50,000 euros, probably about that. That's
Okay.
it. So when we go to a Worlds or Euros, we have to pay, I think, 50%. So we pay half.
Okay, now we get everything paid.
Yeah. And you have all your kit paid and everything, yeah?
Yes, the travel, the food, the hotel, everything is paid when you play for Germany.
Oh wow, that's really good. I mean, obviously it comes down to money, and obviously the English we just don't. We only have obviously when you've got 15,000 members paying £15, €15, it's a big chunk of money. When we charge £25 and we only have 2,500, it's a lot less, isn't it? You know.
Yes, absolutely.
And we have no sponsors, no government backing. We have something in England called Sport England, and they can give out donations to certain sports, but they don't really recognise petanque as a sport, so it's very difficult to get any funding whatsoever.
Yeah, maybe you must cooperation with the biggest sport in England, not football, but darts.
Darts, yeah, it's a big, yeah. We have spoken. I think we are trying to speak to Barry Hearn, who is the who's in charge of all that kind of thing. But it's very difficult for us to get them on board. They've asked us to like send in some like promotion videos and stuff, but it's very difficult to get any money. But we're trying. We're really trying. So, and also petanque has no professional status, does it? So sponsorships, they want to see the best players, and it's just very difficult to get that.
Absolutely. It's like Germany. We have no professional players. Every player works normally at yeah, and there's only, I think, in Thailand you can live from Petanque,
Really?
and in French.
Yeah, Dylan Rocher makes a lot of money.
Russia?
Got Dylan Rocher makes a lot of money.
Yes,
He
but
makes
there
a lot
are
of
other
money.
also.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's a different world in France, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, when you look the book from Lacroix,
Yeah,
he sell 20,000 books.
yeah,
A
ten
book costs
euros. Yeah,
15 euros.
yeah,
So if when he only get €5 for him for every book, it's 100,000 euros.
yeah.
It's yeah.
It's crazy. So in um in Germany, then, do you pay a lot of money to enter tournaments? Is it at a tournament? It's how much is it? €10 to enter, or some even more?
€5 per person.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
What
So
about
and
big
you
events?
travel and you have to pay for meal and drinking. Yeah, but if you go out, you have to also to pay for this. So
What about the big events? Do you charge? Is there any events that charge like 20, €30 to play?
no.
No. So,
Maybe Travemünde, you have to pay €10 per person. So
but do you get a lot of entries? So you get hundreds of teams.
yeah, we have in Travemünde 512 doubles, 256 triples.
So that's how you're able to keep the price low. In England, we don't get hundreds of teams. We get like 50, 60. So we have to charge £10, £15 per person to make the money so we can give out prizes.
Yeah. Okay, that's absolutely difficult. In Munich, we have one time 300 triples, doubles, and then they charge because there's no place for so much teams, and now it's triplet
So
because it's too big.
what's the most money you've ever won in a tournament?
That was in Sweden,
How much?
1,500 euros.
Oh, nice. What did you buy?
Not much in Sweden, no?
No, it's expensive, isn't it, in Sweden?
2 beer.
2 beers, yeah. Yeah, I know. I've heard about Sweden. I'd like to go and play in Sweden, actually.
Yeah, it's fantastic there.
Where's the best country you've played in?
Oh, that's a difficult question. The best tournament I played was in Sweden, in Stockholm.
Okay.
Yeah, we won one of 3 teams who was invitation there. Yeah, it was great. You get a budget that you're VIP, and every men from the organization come to you when you play. Hey, you want something to drink, and then they run and come back and brings, and it was, oh my God, absolute crazy. And they have a big tribune.
Okay.
For two lanes.
Okay.
And it was very hot, and they have a VIP tent, and we sit in the tent and watch live on the lanes.
Oh, wow, that's brilliant.
And that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Do you in Germany then? Do you get a lot of live coverage? Is there lots of people that are streaming games?
Not so much. A friend started now with his site. Yeah. But there's also the federation streams something when there are championships or something like that. It's a big tournament. But
yeah, there's a couple over here called there's a group over here called This Is Petanque. I don't know if you've heard of them. They've been going for a couple of years, and they've got all the equipment to really make petanque in England a really good spectacle. So that they crowdfunded to get some money to buy proper state-of-the-art cameras. So in the future, that's something to look for. Is This Is Petanque. They've already done a couple of things in France, and they're from England. So it's something positive to hopefully promote the sport even more.
Yeah, it's very important.
People have to put their time into it without making any money. It's all about volunteering, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the same in German.
Yeah, that's it.
So he can make everything in his free time and take money from his normal he earned job.
Yeah, that's just the way it is, unfortunately. And unless Petanque goes into an Olympics, I don't think it's going to change, is it? We need Petanque to go on the world stage, on the Olympics or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not easy to come to the Olympic Games.
No,
because it's not so easy for people to watch who don't know the rules exactly.
Yeah, because
when you look at curling, there's one team and then the other team. It's every time red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. So at our sport, sometimes one team plays 4 balls in a row, and then the other plays. So that's not so easy for people who want to watch it.
No, and also it's we only have silver balls, so if you don't know what's happening, you don't know who is winning. You in bowls or curling, it's coloured. You have green balls, red balls, yellow balls, whatever. You know who is playing and who's winning. In Petanque, if you're just someone who has never watched Petanque, you would turn over because you'll be like, what is this? I have no idea what's going on. So that is something that is a really difficult thing for broadcasters and media to, try and get over the line. I think it's very difficult.
Yeah, that's the thing for the big companies like Obit. They have to find something that we can play with balls in colors.
Well, Balenciaga have brought out the balls with the dots.
Yes.
But on TV, you can't really see them because they're too small.
Absolutely. And when they are too big, you can't play with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's a tricky subject, but hopefully one day in 20 years' time, they'll come up with something and we can be on the TV.
Maybe we play with synthetic balls.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. So 2021 is Germany back playing any sport? Is any Petanque going on at the moment?
At the moment, nothing. We hope we can start in March or April.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they've shut down, yeah?
Absolutely, shut down till mid of February, and we think first tournaments can start at April. Maybe the selection for the squads, they can meet in March, maybe.
Yeah.
But only for players and on different places. Yeah, it's not so easy.
No, what is the current situation in Germany? Is it lockdown or is it just...
Yeah, we have a lockdown.
Is everyone home or do you have to just still go to work?
Yeah, you can only go to work and to the supermarket, and you have to go home at 21. You have to, at 21 o'clock, you have to be at home. So, yeah.
Oh, so there's a curfew?
Yes.
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock, you must go.
And is there police on the streets then?
There's not much because no people are on the streets.
No, Germans like rules. They like to listen to rules and stick to them. In England, we're very bad. You must watch the TV and see Boris Johnson and think, oh my God, I'm glad he's not my prime minister.
Yeah, it's not so easy.
No, not so. So what are your goals? What are your aspirations for the next couple of years? This year and maybe next year.
This year or the next year, I want to play the World Championship again.
Yeah.
I want to come in the half final or dribble or shooting. Importance is the dribble, but when you come in the half final shooting, I don't say, oh no, it's not so good.
Yeah, no, it's good. If you can get
to. But one of the biggest goals, I want to win a big tournament in France.
Okay, what tournament?
When I can choose, Mio.
Okay, yeah. Oh, amazing. I really want to go and play in the Marseillaise.
I don't like the Marseillaise.
Too many teams.
Yeah, too many teams and too many places for playing and
Have you played before?
I played 2 times the Marseillaise.
Very difficult?
Yes. So there are a lot of people who are not so
friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You play good and they make a circle with a knife and
oh wow.
That's not funny.
No, that does. There's a lot of money involved though, isn't there, unfortunately? So that's why people want to win to get the money.
And in Mio, it's absolutely different.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the greatest tournaments in the world.
Have you I was going to say, have you ever played with any of the top French players? Have you ever played with anyone?
Yes.
Who have you played with?
I have played with Le Bosico.
Oh, have you? When was that? What was that for?
12.
Okay.
In Germany.
Oh wow! And
it was a big tournament. We have the same sponsor at this time, and the sponsor say, "Okay, we want to play my 2 players in Germany. We take another German player, as was dribble, and we have lost in the finals against the family Rocher. Was Bruno, Dylan, and Given Rocher. But in the half final, we beat Cortez Duchot-Quenté.
Oh wow, amazing! Did you learn lots of different things? Was it amazing to play with him?
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. But you don't learn so much. It's easy to play with him. Before the tournament, I think a lot about it. How is to play with a player like him? He's a 4 or 5-time world champion at the moment when I play with him. But he was absolute friendly. He said, "What want you play? Pointing, shooting." And he wants to learn a little bit German words so he can speak with us in German. So and he plays
French.
I speak a little bit French with him, and we make with French, English.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's amazing. So did he play well?
Well, he played amazing.
Really?
He lost the first ball in the first game, and then the next missed ball was in game 5 or 6.
Oh wow, amazing!
It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
That was he shoot against Quenté at the score from 12-11 for us. It's 1 against 1 bull. The pick was on 11 meters, and he say, "We only not lost when I shoot the pick." It was about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And he go in the circle. Absolutely. He hit the pick and it was 12-12.
Oh, wow.
So, and then there came some 12 perfect bulls. Quenté started and so he lost because he started.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Did you find that because you were playing with someone so good, you played better?
Absolutely. You play much better because when you have a player in the middle position who don't miss any bull, it's easy to play good.
Yeah, it's the best position is middle, isn't it? It's the most important.
Yeah, he brings every important bull at the whole tournament. It was 9 games, and maybe he missed 5 or 6 bulls. It was amazing.
And did you shoot? Were you a shooter?
Yeah, I was a shooter. We played at quarterfinals against the French team from Provence, near Avignon, and we make 4 carrows on 40 meters for 5 points. So it was easy to play with him because he said, "Hey, you shoot great, shoot, Ali, come on."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also, when there's a player in the middle that you know can hit ball consistently, it takes a bit of pressure off you, because you know that if you do miss one, your backup is going to spot carrow, or hit the next one. So it takes a bit of pressure off you.
absolutely. So it was very easy, and it makes so much fun to play with players like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you played with anyone else since? Anyone else of that level?
Of that level, no.
No. Have you played with any other top players, and maybe French players, or have you ever played with an English player? Have you ever played with anyone in England?
No, in England not. I play with some players from Switzerland and from the Netherlands, Sweden, Denmark, but yeah.
No. Okay.
I hope in the future I can play with you.
Oh wow, that'd be great. Yeah. I won't be as good as Le Borsica, okay?
Oh, me too. I'm not so good, but we have a lot of fun together, I think.
Yeah, that's something we can definitely talk about after the show. Definitely up for that. So you've never played in England? Have you ever been to England?
I played the North Sea Trophy in England.
Oh, okay. That must have been
my first time for Germany as junior. It was 1996 in Kenilworth.
Do you remember any of the English players?
I know really good Sufjan.
Sofiane, yep.
Dean Ashby.
Oh, right, yeah.
Neil Dobbins.
Oh, Neil Dobbins, yeah. Wow, he's Welsh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, that's fantastic. And did you beat England?
Every time.
Hey, come on, this is my show. No, so what that brings me nicely on to the next subject, actually. What do you think of the game in England? When you've watched England play at a World Championship, to Euros, or maybe watched a live stream, or even you watched like me and that when we played against each other online, what do you think of the standard? Do you think it's getting better? Do you think there needs to be changes?
Yeah, I think the game changed in England, absolutely. 20 years ago, when I play against England, it was, okay, it's easy to win.
Yeah.
And when I look at the last years, the game changed. For 20 years, the England players point. It was easy. And now you play petanque, not bull.
Yeah.
It's much better. When I show you, see you at the shooting in Spain on internet, it was you shoot absolutely great.
Okay, thank you.
It's absolutely changed. You're not the nation who is this is a nation for the Nations Cup. No, you're a nation for the quarterfinals, and yeah.
Yeah, we just need to prove it, don't we? We just need to get there.
I think if there are 3 or 4 England players who get a unit and play often for England, England can reach on World Championships a quarterfinal.
Yeah,
I really think so.
I mean, we do really well in Euro Cup. I mean, our team, the team I play for in Euro Cup, for the first time ever, made the quarterfinals of the Euro Cup. So that was a big step.
Yes.
So we definitely have the talent and the ability, and like you say, the change in how we play. But it's about just getting over that pressure, just getting that extra 10% in our mind. That's what it is.
Yeah, you must believe in it.
Yeah.
That you can reach the quarterfinal or more.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in it, you can't do it.
No, absolutely. Do you have any advice then? Do you guys, like in Germany, how did you guys start to get better and better? Did you have proper coaching, or was it all done on your own?
It was on your own. You train a lot, and you look at videos from the best players, and you look what makes they to hit and hit and hit and hit, And so, yeah, you train it.
It's
You
all
train
about.
different things and on different undergrounds. Yeah.
Do you practice a lot? Do you practice now a lot, or will you practice a lot when you want to get back into the squad?
At the moment, I don't train a lot because it's cold, very cold outside,
Yeah.
and I have no hole in the near. I must drive over 1 hour to play inside, so it's not so easy at the moment. But when it starts spring, I play 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Plus tournaments at the weekend.
Yeah. Do you play Saturdays and Sundays tournaments?
Yes.
Because in England, it's mainly Sundays. We don't. In Germany, do you have your big tournaments? Are they 2 days, like Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, in Germany we have maybe we take for example Bacharach. It's 2 tournaments, Saturday and Sunday. Also a big triple tournament.
Yeah.
So you can play both days, or you can choose. I play Saturday or Sunday, and there's a lot of clubs who make both days. Some clubs make Saturday double and Sunday triple, but yeah.
Always, yeah. And at these tournaments, you get over 100 teams. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can play maybe in the summer every weekend a tournament with 100 teams or more.
Yeah. In England, that's our biggest problem is tournaments. We just don't get enough teams. You can go to a local tournament and there'll be 20, 25 teams. Now, you won't play a good game until the final. So you're never learning, you're never improving. Where in Germany, I assume you maybe play a couple of easy games in the morning, but from the knockout, it's hard to get to the final.
Yeah, you must play your A game maybe during the whole day. So because it's no ranking, maybe in the first round, the 2 best teams play against each other. So you have to start in the morning with your best game.
Yeah, absolutely. So that brings me on to this subject. For people watching who don't know about tournaments in Germany, what, say, 2 or 3 tournaments would you recommend people from England traveling to play in? What's the best 2 or 3 tournaments?
For me, the best is Munich.
Okay. When is that?
It's in July.
Okay.
The second weekend in July. It's a wonderful place, directly in the town. You have 2 minutes in the town by foot, but by feet. It's
how many teams enter Munich?
200 till 300.
And do you get any French players turn up, or?
Sometimes Weibel comes.
Okay.
Last year, 2019, there were Boilama and Chapelon.
Okay.
From France,
yeah. That's good. So good. And what else? What's another tournament?
Düsseldorf, it's a great tournament, and Travemünde, it's directly on the border from the coast, from the beach. It's amazing to play there.
And when
you see the beach and the ocean, it's great.
And when is that tournament?
At August, and Düsseldorf it's in June.
So 3 tournaments is Munich, Düsseldorf, and how do you say? Travemünde. So that's 3 tournaments that I need to come and play in, yeah?
Yeah, or you like to play a big tournament with a little bit character from a party. You come to Bacharach.
Bacharach, okay, cool.
It's 2 days triple. Every day more than 115 teams, and you have a big bar with cocktails, and it's direct on the river Rhine, and
wow. Brilliant.
A lot of people come with a tent and camp there, and it's
That's great. And you need
It's
to
a
come
fun weekend.
and you need to come to England and play in a couple of tournaments. We have the London Championships in Crystal Palace, and last year Damien Heroux, Stefan Robinou, Dylan Rocher, about 6 or 7 of the top French players came and played. So and they have big stalls with like music and food, and there was about 300 teams, I think, or 200 teams. So, and this year, if it goes ahead, it's going to be even bigger. So it's something that I'll send you the details and you can have a look about coming over.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, it should be a great tournament. So we're coming to the end of the podcast now, Sascha. I always ask my guests these 5 questions at the end, quick fire questions. So it's your turn tonight. Number 1 is, what's the best venue in Germany you've played at?
It's in Munich, Hofgarten.
Hofgarten. And is it really hard terrain? Is it just a beautiful place, or?
Beautiful place, and the tournament is great there, and the people are always nice, and sometimes promise watch you playing, and yeah.
Fantastic, great. What's the best advice you've ever been given, if you can remember?
Yeah, believe in you.
Believe in yourself, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's something that we all need to do. Number 3 then, who is your favourite doubles partner to play with in Germany?
My wife.
Your wife, is she really good?
Yes. She was vice world champion. It's a woman.
And what's her name?
2000, Lara Koch.
Lara.
Lara. Yeah, she was in Maspalomas 2004 or 5.
Oh, wow. Did you meet each other through Petanque? Did you meet each other through the sport?
So the connection was... Yeah, we met us at the sports. 1989, and since 2000 we are a couple.
Oh, amazing. Okay. What's the biggest competition you've won?
In Germany, it was the Hofgarten with 280 teams.
Oh, wow.
In Sweden, with 128. And in French, with 200 teams, a triple mixed competition.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
But for me, the best result was in the double at Millau with about 800 teams. And I was with my wife in the normal double at the last 16.
Oh, wow. Brilliant. Fantastic. That's a brilliant achievement. That's good that you and your wife can play together, because some couples...
we play since 20 years together, and yeah. Fantastic. I win with her more than 100 tournaments.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah.
They know the Koch family then.
Yeah. Yes.
So the final question is, your dream triples, so yourself and 2 others. Who would you like? Anyone you could play with in the world?
Okay, I want to play with Le Bosico again. And the 3rd player, I want to play with Kente. He's the best.
Kente, yes.
For me, he's the one.
Yeah,
yeah,
he is fantastic. Even as he gets older, he just carries on being the best, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, first when I played, he was one of the best shooters, and now he's the best pointer in the world for me.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, Sascha, brilliant interview. Fantastic. I really enjoyed that. It's been great listening to your insight. I think the viewers in England are going to absolutely love the fact that I've got someone on who's got a different culture, a different way of playing the game. So I really appreciate you coming on tonight.